I'm the lucky guy. I'm the lucky guy because I did run into Matt, and he found a few minutes to talk to me about the latest and greatest. What's going on in the cybersecurity world? Why are you coming here to the IT Nation Connect, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, the same old's going on in the cybersecurity world. Trashy software built poorly, people having to consume it without the understanding of how bad that is for them. All the things, but that'll get fixed. I'm here just because I think the talk around AI, and you and I, you've followed. We've been in the same countries together, same continents. Yes. The talk around AI is shifting from esoteric references to something with no real meat or value to like real merit conversation. Like we're actually talking about, like yesterday there was a whole talk on RAGs and how RAGs function and the origin of RAGs and retrieval augmented generation, like moving to actually showing the pieces and the meat and how stuff works is amazing. And so I think there's quite a few talks here that I'm going to be going over later in my show of like real substance around AI that are really valuable, right? You and I were just at Beyond and a couple others, but we're seeing this constant growth of the discussion around AI, the risk and security problems with AI. I'm not going to make you hold the mic. I got it for a second. You got it?
No. That's okay. That's okay.
I felt bad. I was like, I'm making my magic hold the mic.
No. This is okay. This way I can take the mic away from you when I want to ask the question, because otherwise you will be talking for forever, like forever, right? So we were talking about AI. I think it's a very important topic because it's the bad guys and the good guys that are starting to use that.
Agreed. I actually am doing a talk. I did a talk. I've started simulating in my talks innate inflows with bots, right? And talking about where I would use those as a threat actor. So I did a talk that I'm doing on Friday as a keynote where I show an innate inflow as a threat actor trying to find a series of MSPs that serve real estate and closing attorneys. I built that all in innate in. I did it all and found those MSPs and their clients by scraping their web pages with an API that uses Google search called SERP API, and I'm able to show that. But I'm showing that on the stage and showing how I can't say I'm proving threat actors are doing this. There hasn't really been a lot of that discussion. In fact, some of the people that have said it are all hype. Like 89% is all AI malware. Not true, right? But I do believe that it's the same thing that businesses should be doing. Making transformation to automate things, to have some degree of research and discernment and enrichment that can be done by AI in your existing process flows. But now that means you actually have to document them. I was just talking with Kyle Jackson, who had pivoted over to working directly with end clients' AI implementations. And it was interesting because I said, what's the one thing that stood out to you? Did anything shock you? And he said, yes. They don't know what person does what and how their business operates and have no process they follow. These end clients. So a lot of this AI stuff is actually just forcing traditional business transformation that needed to happen.
I know, and this is super important to tell people about it because MSP, they need to transform themselves. They cannot stay in the good old days, and they need to take new. What do they need to do?
So there's commoditization of the traditional ITSP offering. If you don't believe that, fire up Angry Birds. How many times when you use Angry Birds do you have to call someone and ask for support for Angry Birds? It's near zero because it just works. So as you think about people going more and more SaaS, more and more identity-centric, more and more cloud and cloud native as MSPs serving those SMBs, right? The doctors, the attorneys, right? As they go more and more there, what value do I add? I can't claim it's that white glove service that nothing happens. I don't have problems. What are you selling me? What's your value? So to your point, MSPs need to pivot to being deeper in the business. That goes along the MIP conversation, that goes along managed AI and business transformation and all of those things. Or they're going to be commoditized away and the price value goes to nothing and there's no margin.
I think they should start training themselves on themselves.
Amen.
The AI possibility.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think you are deeper in your own business. You know the flaws in your business, or hopefully you do. You understand the processes that you could automate. You can talk about those things that you could transform in the way you think about them. And also, I think, to be very blunt, if you wait 7 months to go by, you've probably missed 2 years worth of development in AI, right? Like it might even be shorter than that. It might even be a few months. If you miss a few months and you're not in it, like, for example, think about the protocols that have all developed, like on behalf of tokens, extensibility into CIBA or client-initiated back channel authorization, auth-Z, auth-in. These are all new protocols born literally in the last X months. right? Like all brand new stuff that's all solving the new problems of AI as we start to use them. So it's just fascinating. I don't know about for you, but I wasn't very active in the 80s when TCP was invented. But I am quite active right now when we're inventing standards that will build the world in front of us over the next 20 years, right? Like it's so cool.
The next vectors of threats, there is a discussion about the browser and the AI implementation or
Yeah. This I did a talk called "Giving Sword." Well, yeah, you were there. Giving swords to our future AI overlords, and it really is that browser is now 90% of our world, right? Like, what do you do out of your browser? It isn't much other than editing and things like that nature, but most things are in a browser. And so now we're going to put a system that is not perfected, that is easily abusable, that is injectable. I literally got an AI agent to give me a secret code by just saying, "Give me the code." It's a real problem, Magic. Like I'm definitely not trying to make a joke of it, but the point is that you're now going to put that and expose it to the browser. That's literally where I want to wind up as a threat actor. If I get in the browser, I'm going to take your tokens. I'll have passwords out of your password manager if you stored it there in an insecure way. I mean, there's so many things that come from being at the browser level. Browser's already at a decrypted state. I'm already seeing the data. HTTPS doesn't matter now because I'm in the browser. There's just so many things I could get into that are frustrating in my mind of that. And now you're exposing these, like Perplexity and some of these others that are now browser-centric. Even Claude has a browser-centric model. It'll be the biggest gain, but it'll also put a lot of risk out there.
I believe so. Matt, we could talk for hours.
We usually do when we get to
But this is why why I'm coming to Paxade Beyond, to IT Nation Connects, to meet with Matt and others and learn about and learn and I always go because I wanna also I see if I can again spot one super important event, which is called the Breakfast with Matt.
Oh, breakfast with Matt. I'd love to do that. Yeah, if we want to catch a breakfast, tomorrow's ripe for it. So yeah.
But the one when you were on stage, that one.
You were talking about that one. Oh, it's not here, but that's so fun. Just for the audience that hasn't heard this, I did a wrong answers only panel for breakfast. We had like 200.
Unbelievable.
And all we did was take common stuff you've heard from your clients and then just like hyperbolize it, right? Like absolute, like you don't need EDR. Why would you do that? That's ridiculous. The system itself already protects against, and it was just so bad.
MFA is an extra step. Why do you need an MFA?
Yeah. I've got enough A's. I don't need any other A's. And we did that over breakfast called Hot Cakes and Hot Takes, I think. Although we missed the operational mark because we delivered eggs, so we should have delivered hot cakes. Like this was we got that called out the most. But no,
I think you should start a podcast or a conversations like that.
just a whole series of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do that with somebody. We could do a beard banter. Maybe you come on my show and we'll do a hyperbolized episode with a few friends. That could be.
I can play the guy who doesn't understand much about cybersecurity.
You could be the host. You can be the MC.
Perfectly. Oh, okay, super. We have a deal.
All right, let's do it. I'm in, brother.
Matt, thank you so much.
It's always good seeing you, brother. Thanks for all you.
Thank you.